Alright, so Algebra AB, here is a little examples video to help you for your distance learning on April 20th. So the first set goes back to using the distributive property. So I'm just going to do one example here on how you do this distributive property. So remember, this 2 outside here needs to be multiplied to both these terms inside the parentheses. So that's where you get this word distribute. The 2 is getting distributed to both those. So you're going to have 2 times 3x, and then you're also going to have minus, and then it's 2 times 4. And if we simplify here, remember we need to do multiplication first. We're not subtracting right away. So 2 times 3x, well, we just multiply the 2 and the 3, and then of course by the x, leaving us 6x, and then 2 times 4 is 8. So that is the distributive property simplified. And then of course on your own do B, C, and D. Number 2, simplify each equation by combining like terms. Well, like terms have the same degree variable. So like, what I mean by degree is anything that's not, you don't see a power up here, there's actually a power of 1. So is that, so is that, so is that. So if the variable is the same letter and it's the same power, we can combine them. So I can actually combine 3x, and look at here, this is minus 3x. Well, what happens when we take 3x's and we subtract 3x's? Well, we're left with that 0. Next, let's see what we have for our y's. We can add 2y's and 6y's. That's actually going to be 8y's, and this is going to equal 24. So now we can see that our expression is actually just 8y equals 24. It's not asking you to solve, it just wants you to simplify. So that's an example. You have 4 others of these to do. So you're just going to combine what you can for like terms. Next here, solve each equation for the variable indicated. So I want to, when it means to solve, it means you need to get this variable by itself on one side of the equation. So right now I have 8x plus y equals 7. Well, on this side here, on the left side, how do I get x by itself? Well, right now x is being added, or y is being added to x. I need to undo that. So I'm going to subtract y. But remember, it's an equation, so I have to do the same thing to both sides. And now I'm going to write this, I'm going to kind of clean it up. Here I'm just going to be left with x. And then on this side, I have 7 minus y. And that's what it is to rewrite. Now some of these get a little bit more challenging. You're going to have to use distributive property here for this one, and then figure out how to get that y by itself. This one's a little bit challenging as well, but you're still using the same concepts of adding and subtracting to both sides, multiplying by both sides, or dividing by both sides. Okay, so that will take you through the consolidation activity. Now the homework, you're going to go back to doing solving systems by substitution. Now if you need additional help with this, always email me. So if you need help, you can email me. But research this stuff too. Look at Khan Academy. They have tons of videos, and just type in solving systems by substitution, and there'll be practice examples, there'll be a video to watch. So part of this distance learning, I think a good thing is it kind of forces you or pushes you to kind of go out on your own and try to figure out some of this stuff the best that you can. Alright, so 1, you can answer that one to the best of your ability. 2 is saying, consider the following system of equations. Solve the first equation for y. So right here, you're going to have to rewrite that equation so you're solving for y. And I'm just going to do this one for you, and then I'm going to let you do all 3. You're going to do all these on your own to the best that you can. So I need to rewrite this so I'm solving for y. So this equation, if I want y by itself on this side of the equation, I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So now what I have for my system, I have y equals, well, I changed this to 4 plus 2x. I rewrote this top one. And then I have 2x plus 3y equals 28. And now I need to substitute. Well, what I'm going to do is y equals 4x plus 2x. So I'm going to replace the y here, since it equals 4 plus 2x, I'm going to replace it with that. So this equation over here, after the substitution, is going to look like this. I'm going to have 2x plus 3, but instead of writing y here, I'm going to write that 4 plus 2x. I'm substituting that in because y also equals that. And then I have equals 28. And now I'm going to clean it up. So I'm going to use my distributive property here. I got 3 times 4 plus 3 times 2x still equals 28. Now let's clean it up even more. Now I got 2x plus 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 2 times x is 6x equals 28. And now we go to that thing of combining your like terms. 2x and 6x, that's 8x plus 12 equals 28. And now I'm in a two-step equation. I need to get x by itself. Well, look, x is getting multiplied by 8 and then added to and then 12 being added to it. So I'm going to go in reverse of that. And I'm going to undo it. So I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. And now I have 8x equals 16. And then I'm going to divide by 8 to both sides, because that's how you undo that last thing. And x is going to be 2. And that is solving a system by substitution. So I want you to work through these to the best you can. You might have to rewrite some of these equations so you can use substitution. It looks like you're going to have to rewrite that. So you're either solving for x or y, and you're going to have to rewrite that one. You're not going to do 4. You can skip that. Number 1, staying sharp, I want you to try all these. Do the best you can. These ones, if you're having trouble, I will send you, and you send me an email, I'll send you some resources to kind of help you with it. That is it for your video examples. Good luck, and hope everyone's doing well.